Hi there, I'm Elaine. Welcome to my channel. Today we'll be doing some hip mobility stretches for beginners. You might be here because you're experiencing some tightness in your hips, and that's completely normal. This can be due to a variety of reasons, but one of the most common reasons is that we just sit for such a long time every day. The muscles in our hip flexors, as a result, end up shortening. So what we want to do is stretch more regularly to allow these muscles to elongate. This is a follow along stretch routine that you can do every day or a few times a week to start feeling your hips open up. For this routine, you don't need any equipment, maybe just a soft surface for you to lay on and something for you to hold on to like a wall. Without further ado, let's get started. Let's start off by doing some hip circles. Push your hips outwards towards the right, front, left, back. Again, right, front, left, back. We'll be doing 3 hip circles towards the right slowly, 3 times. Pushing your hips to draw big circles. Onto the next side, pushing your hip left, forward, right, back, left, forward, right, back, and drawing big circles to the left. Try to use your hips and not move your upper body as much. Place one hand on a wall, doing 5 hip rotations outward. Using your hips to bring your leg up, and then repeating 5 times inwards, using the same leg. One last time, onto the next side, doing 5 hip rotations outwards. Again, using your hips to draw your knee upward. And then repeating inwards for 5 repetitions. Next, we'll be drawing figure 8s with our hips. Use your knees to trace the number 8. Point your toes and use your hips to rotate your knee up and over. Take each movement slowly. On to the next leg. Again, trace the number 8. This helps us practice our internal and external hip rotation. One last time. For the next movement, go down into a low squat. You'll be pressing your knees out from side to side to open up your hips. Place your hands on the ground and straighten out your legs as far as you can. If you can't straighten all the way, that's okay. Just try your best and feel the stretch in the back side of your legs. We'll be doing this 5 times. One last time. For the next movement, press your elbow against your knee and raise your other arm up towards the ceiling, repeating a few times on each side. Press your elbow against your knee as you lift your arm up, feeling a twist. Gently roll yourself up. Let's shake it out a little bit here before moving on. Lower yourself into a squat and lift your heel 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then on to the next side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now both legs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're holding our heels up for 5 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Your hips should be feeling quite warm at this point. Next, we'll be moving on to the mat. Starting from a seated position, place your hands behind you as support. Cross your ankle over your thigh. Press your arms up to keep you in an upright position. If this is a little bit difficult, you can walk your hands back. You should feel the stretch deep in your hip flexors, maybe down the side of your glutes. Now we'll be leaning over to one side, trying to bring the knee to the ground while keeping your butt planted. Shift onto the next side, repeating a few more times. Back and forth, feeling your hips internally and externally rotate. Switching on to the other side, place your ankle over your knee and hold in this position for 15 seconds. Feeling the stretch in your hip flexors and your glutes. Again, we'll begin rotating our knee towards the ground while trying to keep your butt planted. Moving your legs slowly from side to side. Continuing to breathe and noticing where you feel the movement in your body. Now we'll head back to center. The next stretch will be a butterfly stretch. Shift your weight back and forth to really open up your hips. Try to press your knees down towards the ground as you shift back and forth. Now hold on to both feet, sitting up nice and tall. And you can start to wave your knees up and down. Now reach out in front of you as far as you can, taking slow and even breaths, trying to find a rhythm in the way you're breathing. If you'd like to make the stretch easier, you can push your feet out away from your body. If this stretch is easy for you, you can bring your feet in. Let's walk our hands to the right side and hold this stretch, continuing to breathe softly. With each exhale, try to reach a little bit further and sink deeper into the stretch. Now walk your hands back center and to the left. Reaching forward and letting gravity sink you closer towards the ground. Maybe the stretch is easy for you, maybe it's quite challenging. For me, it's quite challenging. Just focus on how you're breathing. Let's head back to center and shift onto our backs. Lift your hips up into a glute bridge. You're doing 5 repetitions, pressing up and holding, then bringing your hips down, feeling the stretch on the top side of your hips. using your hands to press your hips upwards to feel the stretch even more. Now, let's bring our right knee towards our chest and give it 10 good pulses. Switching over to the next side, giving yourself 10 pulses. Gently hug both knees in and do circles outwards, holding onto your knees. And then we'll reverse this circle, doing 5, rotating the other direction. Hug yourself in and reach for your feet. We'll be doing a happy baby pose, holding onto your feet and making sure your ankles are aligned with your knees. Let's rock back and forth here for a bit, allowing your hips to open up gently. Now straighten your right leg out as much as you can. It's okay if there's a bend in the knee. Over time, you want to be able to straighten this leg. With your left hand, press a little bit deeper into the hips. Switching over to the next side, trying to straighten out your left leg as much as you can. If you can fully straighten it, you can go ahead and do that. This is a very deep stretch for your hips and the back of your hamstrings, maybe even your calves. You guessed it, we're going to be straightening out both legs now. Again, going as far as you can, and you can pull your leg closer to your face if you need a little bit more of a deeper stretch. If not, let's just hold here and continue to breathe softly. Release our legs and give ourselves a gentle twist. Bring your right knee over to the ground on the other side, trying to keep your shoulder blades flat on the ground. You can look in the opposite direction to feel the stretch deepen. Your knees don't have to reach the ground, just go as far as you can go. Give it a gentle squeeze and we'll move on to the next side. Here I've shifted my hips just to make a little bit of space. Again, doing a twist by bringing our left leg over towards the ground and keeping your shoulder blades as flat as you can. You can look in the direction of your extended arm for a deeper twist, or just continue to look up. Breathing in softly and just being aware of how your body feels. Let's extend our legs and our arms and gently lift ourselves up. We're done. Thank you so much for stretching with me today. I hope that you enjoyed the hip mobility stretches for beginners. These are stretches that you can do on a regular basis to really open up your hips. If you're new to this channel and you'd like to work on your flexibility, I post videos for beginners. Please hit that subscribe button. If you'd like to see more videos from me, give me a thumbs up and leave a comment down below letting me know what you're working on. Hope to see you again soon. Bye. Today we'll be doing some hip mobility stretches for our hips.